Hi everyone, I'm Nana. If you usually just track simple daily spending, do you ever get stuck when it is time to record credit card spending? Or even feel more confused the more you try? For example, how should you record your monthly Netflix charge? What if you swipe your card at a big store, but that one receipt includes groceries, clothes, and toys? One credit card purchase needs to be split into several different expense accounts. What should you do? And then there are the automatic monthly card charges you always forget to record. The numbers that do not match when you pay your credit card bill, and those extra foreign transaction fees. Oh my goodness, that is a headache, right? Don't worry. Today, let's talk about how to handle these small, everyday bookkeeping problems in DailyMoney One. Let's get started. First, before we record anything, let's get one idea clear. Using a credit card is a kind of borrowing. A credit card is a liability account. When you buy something with a credit card, you're really borrowing from your future self to pay for today's spending. Let's start with the simplest case. How do you record one simple Netflix credit card charge? When you add a new transaction, choose the basic type. For the source account, choose liability, credit card. For the destination account, choose expense, entertainment. Enter the amount and write Netflix in the note. Because you will need to check your credit card statement later, set it as unreconciled, and that's it. Now, let's look at something a little more complicated. For example, one purchase at a big store that belongs to several expense accounts. This is where the super useful one-to-many split feature comes in. Use the advanced transaction type. For the source account, still choose liability credit card. But for the destination accounts, you can add more than one. For example, add and choose expense food, expense clothing, and expense entertainment. Then enter the amount for each one. As long as your total source amount equals your total destination amount, you are good. And finally, here is something that happens all the time. What should you do if you keep forgetting recurring automatic credit card charges? For example, the Netflix charge we just talked about is billed automatically every month. You have to remember when it is charged, and you also have to type it in by hand every time. That is really not efficient. In this case, you can use the automatic schedule feature in templates. You can use that transaction to create template. In the template settings, turn on schedule and set it to monthly. After that, when the time comes, your phone will show a notification, and the home screen will also show a due schedule reminder. Just tap it, and the app can create that transaction for you. Super easy. Shopping is fun, but checking your statement later can be painful if you did not record things well. So how do you check your credit card account? The most basic way is to take your credit card statement and use reconciliation mode in the app's transaction list. This helps you quickly compare each purchase on the statement. Mark the matching transactions as reconciled, and you will know which ones do not match. What if something does not match during reconciliation? Don't worry, let's handle it case by case. First case, after checking, you are sure the card charge was not yours. Don't hesitate to call your credit card company and ask if it was fraud. Second case, you really forgot to record it, and it is an important transaction. Just go back to the purchase date and add a transaction from liability credit card to expense the right account. Third case, it is a small, unimportant amount, and you really cannot remember what it was. Let me show you a lazy bookkeeping trick. Add these small, unmatched amounts together and make one mystery amount. Keep that number for now. We will handle it when we record the credit card payment. Another common question is, how do you record extra foreign transaction fees? Again, it depends on the amount. If the fee is important or the amount is larger, you can go back and edit the original foreign card transaction. Change it from a basic transaction to an advanced transaction. Then add one more destination item, expense, other expenses, and add the extra fee into the source and destination amounts. If it is only a tiny fee that does not really matter, Put it into the mystery amount we just talked about and record it after you pay the bill. So how do you record the credit card bill after you pay it? This is actually a transfer too. Create a basic transaction. Then, depending on how you paid, choose asset bank or asset cash as the source, and choose liability credit card as the destination. This clears the credit card liability. Now, here comes the important part. If your statement includes that mystery amount we talked about earlier, use an advanced transaction. Source, enter asset bank or asset cash, plus the actual total amount that was deducted. Destination, set the first one as liability, credit card, and enter the total amount minus that mystery amount. Then add a second destination account, choose expense correction, and enter that mystery amount. Remember, the total amount on both sides must be the same, so the transaction can balance out. Quick reminder, if you have not created expense correction before, create it first. This way, your real bank payment matches, your credit card liability is cleared, and your records stay nice and clean. After watching today's video, does credit card bookkeeping feel much easier now? As long as you use DailyMoney One's one-to-many split, template schedule, and reconciliation mode, you can handle these little problems without stress. Next time, I plan to talk about how to record spending when you travel abroad. That means foreign currencies and exchange rates. Are you interested? Or is there another topic you want to hear about? Leave a comment and let me know. See you next time. Bye-bye.